Welcome back to Ramblings with Rebecca after a kind of unplanned hiatus. I was teaching an environmental outdoor education residential program in Norfolk last week, and then visited mates in Oxford and London and just never found 5 minutes to talk. We are going to go back to some human rights things. There are some further topics that I want to chat about, particularly around European courts. And then we have essay titles for this semester from law school. So we'll be rambling through some of those, and hopefully you all will help me figure out what I should be saying in my essays and write legally. For today, though, it is Ash Wednesday! Happy Lent! This is somewhat ironic. I wanted to talk a little bit about Lent and what that means, and also things like Pancake Day. So, Lent, starting. Lent is a Christian season commemorating the 40 days that they believe, Jesus spent in the desert fasting and praying prior to his crucifixion and eventual resurrection. It takes place the 40 days before Easter each year, so it moves a bit according to the Gregorian calendar. But those 40 days are not inclusive of Sundays, so the actual season is 46 or 47 days long, depending on how you count. Because the rationale for that is, on Sundays, Christians celebrate the fact that Jesus rose, so the fact that they are preparing for Jesus to die is trumped by the fact that Jesus has already risen. Right, so on Sundays, it's always Easter on Sundays, but during the weeks, we're preparing for Jesus' death. In many Christian communities, people give up something for Lent as some kind of solidarity, remembrance of Jesus' fast and Jesus' 40 days in the desert. In Catholic communities, this is generally prescribed. In the United States now, no meat on Fridays. This is the origin of a lot of community Friday fish fries. They all get together and eat not meat together. And in other parts of the world and other historical times, there were more stringent rules. So poochkies are something that happen because of a particular rule in Poland where Polish Catholics would not have eggs, sugar, lard, fruit, things like those in their kitchen at all. So the day before Lent is often spent getting rid of all of the naughty things that you're not going to have during Lent. So for Protestants who choose to give up something, chocolate is a common one. Tuesday is spent gorging or, doing everything possible that you're then not going to do. For communities like Catholic Poles, poochkies were big fat jelly donuts with cooked in lard to get rid of all the stuff, right? Because you got to clean it all out of your house in preparation. So we have this concept of Fat Tuesday, the day before Ash Wednesday, to get rid of all of that stuff. Mardi Gras, same thing. In the United Kingdom, it's called Pancake Day. It's completely lost all religious significance, but everyone eats pancakes, and who doesn't want an excuse to eat pancakes? These are not the American thick buttermilk pancakes that are mostly flour-based. These are more like we would think of as crepes. So a little eggier, very, very thin. And here in the UK, they'll eat these on Pancake Day rolled up in sugar and lemon juice. Very delicious recipe, super easily. And actually, I've done it on on Recipes with Rebecca, Grandma's Pancakes recipe. 2 eggs, cup of flour, cup of milk. You can add some salt in there or whatever else on a thin griddle. Anyway, delightful, 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 delightful. Anyway, so we had pancakes yesterday here, all over the place, and then are starting to commemorate Lent and the 40 days. People choose to give up all kinds of things. Increasingly, folks are doing things like giving up Facebook, fasting from internet social media, and things like that, which I think is great. Others will choose to add something on. So, instead of abstaining from something, I'm going to purposefully spend more time with my family, or go to the gym every day, do devotions, things like that. So a wide range of things that you can do depending on what tradition you are. You'll see different things being given up or taken on for Lent, and various ways to celebrate or get rid of all of the naughtiness the day before. So happy Ash Wednesday to you, regardless of whether or not you're celebrating. You may see people walking around with the black ash crosses on their foreheads. If so, wish them happy Lent, I suppose. And there we go. That's our mini Christian religion sacrament lesson of the day. And next time, European Court of Human Rights.